Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studio in Cumming, Georgia, it's time for Forsyth Business Radio.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Forsyth Business Radio. I am your host, Amanda Pierce, joined in studio today by two of my friends and awesome guests. I have got Paul Davis in the house, along with Angie Russell. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. We were having a lot of fun before the show, and if you hear a little bit of an obstruction in our mouths, we're all crunching down on fireballs right now, so it's going to be a spicy show. Spicy. We're going to bring the heat. Bring it. Okay. I see that you can't see the looks on their faces. Our audience can't see, but they look perplexed. So we'll get going. For those of you that do not know the legacy of the Russell family, we are joined by Angie Russell, Russell Landscaping, which is one of the large landscaping management groups. I know that they hold a contract in Gwinnett, serving them, a pretty large chunk of the market. And in addition, she's here to talk about a new endeavor for the company, which is called Enviro. And I'll let her dive into that here momentarily. Paul is joining us from Elite Roofing and Restoration. He and I actually had the pleasure of meeting not too long ago at a Forsyth County Chamber of Commerce event, and we quickly became networking buddies, and we are here to share the great work that both of them are doing with their organizations here today. So again, because I kind of teed Angie up, we'll go ahead and start with her. Angie, tell our listeners a little bit about Russell Landscaping and then a little bit about the new exciting vein for Enviro.
Wonderful. Thanks for having me, Amanda. Russell is the largest Georgia-based commercial landscape firm, and we have grown to spread over 8 markets in the Southeast. That includes installation, maintenance, and install. And we have been in business since 1987. My dad founded the company, and my brother recently, or several years ago, 2018, he took over the company for my dad. And I jumped in September of 2021. And a lot of people ask me why it took me almost 19 years of my working career to start at Russell Landscape. That would probably take me a couple hours to explain the why or how, but I feel like right now is the perfect timing, and I jumped in and I love it and I feel blessed. I have 2 of the best mentors I could ever ask for to work with, and my brother, my dad, Bill Russell and Teddy Russell.
And if you guys are social at all in Gwinnett, one of my favorite things to do is see your father at the 1818 Club on Wednesdays. He is such a jovial and wonderful man. I enjoy every moment that I get to spend with him. And Teddy is doing a great job leading the charge for Russell. You guys might be familiar with the logos that you see around town. They have the large trucks. I think that, Paul, you mentioned that you've noticed their trucks around town. They've got the green and the purple logo. And I had no idea that you guys spanned across 8 markets. That's really cool. Congratulations to you and your continued success.
Thank you.
And I can totally understand. I imagine it would be difficult kind of jumping into a family business where most would think that you would have to take the reins because it's a family business, and you kind of went against the grain and jumped in when you were ready to do so.
Yes, I did. And I have no regrets. I'm very proud of the journey that I've taken. I've owned 2 successful companies along the way. And with that knowledge and experience, I worked for 2 other companies and found out that my passion was marketing and business development. So that's what brought me to Russell. That's what I'm doing now, along with our sister company, Enviro. This company provides mulch, pine straw, and grass paint colorant. And we have had the company for about 5 years. A lot of people might not know about it because our main business is through e-commerce, which is through Amazon, Home Depot, Lowe's. So if you see us on there, that is a Russell company. I would like to start doing some applications and getting Russell involved, other mulch companies, landscape companies, tree companies that might want to use our eco-friendly dyes to enhance their products.
Do you know, that's so funny that you say that. And until I kind of learned a little bit about your world, I never really was in tune to that product. But okay, the TPC Sugarloaf in Gwinnett, you know, the Mitsubishi Classic Electric is coming up here in May.
Yes.
I went for a meeting with Ashley Hamilton, and she's the tournament director. And as I was walking out, she goes, "Oh, don't step on the grass. It was freshly painted." Okay, because they're getting ready for the tournament, and it's just now spring, so it's not all green and pretty. So would that be an application for your Enviro color, that exact instance?
Absolutely.
Very cool.
And for example, this is the third application that we've done for Liberty Plaza right in front of the Gold Dome. And we have also done the pine straw colorant for the governor's mansion. And that's been kind of the start to our portfolio other than the e-commerce. We do have a lot of residential buyers that buy it online and will get their stories and videos. And so it just makes sense to get out there and especially with Russell being so well known and to find some of these commercial companies like Sugarloaf and, you know, paint the world green and
paint the town green, paint the grass, and we're going to make lots of money.
That's right.
I'd like to bring Paul into the conversation because I think that there might be some commonalities. But before we kind of jump into what we all have that could bind us, I'd like to also give Paul an opportunity to share a little bit about Elite Roofing. He is the outside sales arm of Elite Roofing in renovations, and they do residential projects and a variety of other things. And I'll let you take it from there to share with our listeners about Elite.
Yeah, we're your basically commercial residential roofer for the Cumming area and everything surrounding. North up to South Carolina, we'll go to Alabama. You know, anywhere within a couple hundred miles, we're definitely down for getting there and getting you taken care of. Our one thing that we do like to do mostly is we work with your insurance company. We come out, we do free inspections and free estimates. So we come and we look at your roof, we take an inspection of it, see if there's an act of God damage, hail, wind, and we actually, if there's enough, we submit it to your insurance company. We try and take care of all that for you with the insurance companies that will let us, so you don't have to be, you know, troubled with it. We try and take everything out of your hands. Also, we do a lot of repairs and a lot of maintenance on roofs. A lot of people don't know that your roof is your first layer of protection for 90% of people, their house is the biggest
asset. Yeah.
It's the biggest investment they make in their life. And your roof's your first layer of protection. So if your roof is 10, 15, 20 years old, then it's really good to get somebody get one of our guys to come out, look at your roof, see if there's nail pops, see if there's, you know, exposed caulking around your flash points, stuff like that. And you might not need a roof, but we can give you a maintenance package. And then when you do need a roof, come back and help you with that as well.
You know, when you and I first met, you said that exact same thing. And as a new home buyer or purchaser, I purchased my condo in August of last year. So I'm a new homeowner. Excuse me. That was what I was looking for. And exactly how you said it really kind of turned my eye. You said that that's the first layer of defense for one of the largest investments of my life. And when you put it like that, that sure does make you think about the importance, about the integrity of the shingles on your roof and the work that was done to protect it. Me, myself, I live in a condominium complex, so I do not have, I don't have authority over my roof per se, but when I did move in, I got it inspected, and I insisted that the inspector get on the roof and check, although is not my responsibility. I wanted to ensure that it was
safe.
Safe. So you also said that you guys will come out and do, you know, something like that, like an inspection and even small repairs if needed to kind of extend the life of the existing roof until your team would need to come in. So share some of the things that set your customer service and your relationship development with your clients apart from you and your competition.
Well, for me, it's very simple. First and foremost is returning phone calls. You know, we're not going to not return phone calls. I mean, a lot of business that we get is because of our competitors not returning phone calls. I went to a guy's house for a repair, walked around the back of the house, and we're sitting there talking. He said, yeah, I had another roofer here, and he said it wasn't worth his time. And he was kind of a pain in the butt, but the roofer told him it wasn't worth his time to do his roof. And so we did it, took care of him, and we've gotten a couple leads off of it. So it's asking questions, learning what your customer needs, what their expectations are. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a new roof? Are you just looking for a maintenance package? Are you looking for me to just get up there and inspect and then tell you what you need from there? We're not here to sell anybody stuff they don't need. We're not. We're just here to help. I mean, basically, that's what I enjoy. That's what I enjoy most about this job is helping people take care of their investments.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you service or work on tin roofs? Is there anything you would recommend? I have a tin roof, and I've heard they last forever. But is there anything that
So you have a metal roof or you have a tin roof?
Well, it says tin.
It sounds like a George Strait song.
Yeah.
I'm coming to your house when it rains, Angie, so I can hear the rain on the tin roof.
So, do you have exposed fasteners?
Yes.
Okay, so basically every few years, even with your exposed fastener metal roof, you want to get somebody up there to check all of your screws because they have grommets on them that are rubber. And as you know, here in Georgia, we get a lot of weather changes, especially here lately. Y'all seen it. It's been 30 degrees in the morning, 80 degrees in the afternoon. So with that heating and cooling, expansion, contraction, those screws can actually start backing out.
Wow.
So you're sitting there, you think about that. The screw backs out a little bit. That rubber grommet goes away.
And water can get in.
Water runs down, runs in. It can cause a leak. So it's really, with any roof, like I said, if you get a new roof, unless you have a leak pretty quick from your new roof that your roofer's going to take care of. But if you get in 10, 12 years in, that's whenever I would recommend having somebody come out and look. But with a metal roof, I would, especially an exposed fastener, not a standing seam that has concealed fasteners, but the exposed fastener like tough rib, 5V, stuff like that. I'd say every 5 years I'd have somebody, either I would get up there and look at it or I would have somebody come out and look at it because it'll keep you from having problems down the road.
Okay. So the roof can last forever, but you do have to maintain from causing the leaks. And okay,
yeah, it's just like anything else, like your car.
Yeah.
If you
oil change,
if you put oil in your car, start it up and drive it 100,000 miles without changing your oil, what's going to happen? You're going to have problems.
Yeah.
And your house is. It's just anything. It's our bodies. I don't really, as you can tell, I don't take care of mine, but. We tend to look at our homes as we go inside and we stay there, right? You might get out and you're going to do your yard work and you're going to do this, that, and other, but your complete maintenance of your house is super important. Windows being sealed, all your extrusions being sealed, all your penetrations, water pipes, electrical boxes, your actual main power box, gas piping, all this stuff that goes through your wall. It doesn't matter if you got brick, siding, stucco, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
And
Good
it's
point.
and with your HOA, so I worked for a condo down in Florida when I was living down there for a while. If your roof might not be your problem, but if say it was, like some of these HOAs, the people that are there, they own that. If it leaks and ruins the unit next to you or the room below you or this, and you didn't do anything about it, you're responsible for the damages in them buildings and them parts as well.
Wow.
That's the way it was there. I don't know how about here, but that's the way it was there.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I didn't like the fact that I don't have any control over it, because I think that, well, I'm not too familiar with it. As I learn more, I'll keep you posted. But I do think that they probably try and stretch the life of the roof. 15 to 20 years. They probably get the max value out of it before they call people up there.
And you're going to get, really and truthfully, you should get
About 20 years?
25, 20, 25. There's so many different elements that go into it. How much sun exposure your roof gets, how much shade exposure, trees, what kind of trees, if it's pine needles, if it's oak leaves, if it's this, it's that, if you get up there and actually blow the leaves off, or if you let them sit there and grow trees out of your roof. There's...
Makes sense.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that go into how long shingles actually last.
So if Angie was interested in someone from your team coming out and just taking a preliminary look at her roof to make sure none of those screws were backed out, like you said, how would someone initiate that process, or what would that look like on your end?
It's actually fairly easy. You either call the office or call me and just say, hey, I'd like somebody to come out and do a general inspection on my roof.
Inspection.
Yeah. It's fairly
Go ahead.
simple.
I know that our listeners can find you guys at aleafroofingandrestoration.com, but how can people reach you directly? And
All right, my phone number is 678-206-3453.
And that is Paul Davis.
Paul Davis with Elite Roofing and Restoration.
Elite Roofing.
And just one more thing I want to throw out there for the realtors. Like I said earlier, free estimates and free inspections. So like right now, houses are selling like stupid. You know, we were talking earlier, a guy sold a house, the people were buying a house, they put a bid in at $550,000, they ended up buying it at $654,000.
Oof.
So
Seller's market.
it's insane, and they're not making them put new roofs on. But down the road, when everything starts evening out, it's going to go back to where they have to put a new roof on to sell the house. So absolutely. I really want the realtors in the area to know that we do the free inspections, free.
That's FREE.
Free. Yes.
I want to parlay back to Angie, and we'll give you a chance to share your contact information as well. But I think we have a cool dynamic in studio today, and I met you both out in the marketplace. Angie, I've known you for quite a while. We've been to many events and shaken a lot of trees and hands together. And Paul and I just recently started doing the same. So talk about where you guys find prospects, or how you kind of expand your network and spread the good word about your companies. It's kind of a networking monster out there these days now that events are up and going. So where do you find people that you look to do business with, and how do you help propel the message of your company while you're out there day to day?
I would say I can't say enough about the Gwinnett Chamber. I am a huge fan. I've been part of that organization since about 19 years, and I've gotten a lot of connections that way, and then because of those connections, it's just evolved from there. I still do a lot of cold calling. I seriously believe that is a big way to bring in business. And
do you call on so for instance, using my complex, like I still live in an apartment, my community as an example, is that a project that's too small for you guys, a condominium community?
No, absolutely not.
So do you call on HOAs? Do you call on property managers?
Yes.
When you cold call?
Property managers, HOA, if there's someone we can connect with through the HOA other than the property managers. And yeah, that's just how it's done. And, it seems like with the way the world has been right now, it's been crazy. We've been blessed with the business, and we were constantly having to reach out. They're reaching out to us as well. So it's really nice.
And probably like Paul said too, referrals are very big in your world.
And referral. Oh yes, absolutely.
If someone wanted to learn about Enviro Color, they could go to envirocolor.com.
Envirocolor.com.
And that's ENVIROCOLOR.com.
You got it.
And of course, you can just Google Russell Landscaping and you can see how they can help you. Angie has been very active in Gwinnett here in the past, but you're going to see her here in Forsyth as I am bringing you in, sister. You're coming to some events with me, and hopefully we can be great proponents for each other here. If the name Russell sounds familiar, it is on the front of the building at the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce, for those of you who might not be able to place that. I want to do something fun with you guys because I feel like we can. Are you familiar with the game 21 Questions?
Yes, I believe I am.
Silence.
Yes.
Dead silence. What was that? Let's see if I can.
Why, yes.
That's my laugh track. Okay, so let's just see. I think that it would be fun to just say the first thing that comes to your mind, but we're going to be keeping it clean. So I'm going to say...
Are you sure clean?
Chicken nuggets.
McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A.
Yes, that's what I would say too. The grass is always greener.
Everywhere.
On the other side.
On the other side, that's what I would say. Ford or Chevy?
Ford.
Chevy.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs. Me too. Okay, you know what I'm going to say. Georgia or Alabama?
Auburn.
Georgia.
That doesn't count.
Auburn.
Okay, Auburn.
It would be Auburn. The correct answer for that question is Auburn.
I should have known it by the orange Yeti that you have here.
Yeah.
I should have known it.
Yes. The correct response is Auburn.
It's Auburn.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. And it was a lot more interesting when I heard someone else play this game of 21 questions.
Do you say we're dull and boring?
No.
Are we boring you?
Do you put your right sock on first or your left sock on first?
I do mine at the same time.
With two hands?
Like this.
Get out of here. Stop it. Stop it. Do you put your right leg in your pants first or your left leg?
I put my right sock on my right foot. Wait, yeah. And then I put my left leg in my pant leg.
So you do weird. You put your right sock on first, but your left pant leg first.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I put my socks on first, period.
Before
and then
your
I
pants.
don't put one sock in my...
At least you're not the person that puts on your right sock and then your right shoe and then your left sock and then your left shoe.
And then your pants?
Yeah, and then your pants. Silly ghost.
That's why I wear deck shoes and
with
hey dudes and
Velcro?
stuff like that. They just slide in. I'm not going to be bending over a lot. Like I said, look, I'm not.
Do you get on roofs? Do you climb the roofs to
yeah.
do the inspections?
Yeah.
So what's the tallest ladder that you guys have to climb roofs?
It's
22 foot?
182 feet. I'm just joking.
The ladder?
It's like a 40-foot extension ladder.
Oh, wow.
But we have drones. So if we can't get on, like if I get to so the other day, I had a referral from one of my friends at BNI Blaze, a group that I'm part of here in Cumming. And I got a referral from a good friend of mine. Went to the guy's house. He wanted his deck replaced because we're a full-service GC as well. So we can do everything. Like when we come in to do your roof, if you have siding damage, wood damage, fascia damage, we can replace all of it at the same time. So all he wanted was his front porch done. So came, looked at his front porch, was doing a favor, and I got to looking at his roof. Couldn't see it from the ground. Went off to the side, saw it was 3-tap. It was older. Looked at his chimney cap, and it had a bunch of dings and stuff in it. So I asked him why we were there. We gave him an estimate on the porch. I said, while we're here, can I do an inspection on your roof? Flew the drone up there. In a 10 by 10 area, he had 30 to 40 hail hits.
Wow.
So we've got a claim filed, and hopefully it goes forward. But the drone's a big part of our stuff, too, because if the roof's too steep, because I'm a big guy, and I'm not getting on anything crazy steep. 11 by 12 is the steepest I've been on, and I'm not getting on nothing steeper.
Angie would make a good climber because she's light and aerodynamic.
Yes, I could definitely do that. I might start a business where like I clean out the gutters, get up there and
just belay on.
We could work together.
We actually do that as well. We offer
you do?
gutter cleaning and stuff like that.
Angie, do you guys use drones? I feel like we had a conversation about drones one time. For anything?
We are actually starting to use we're going to start using the drones where it will get a better view of, well, not a better view, but it's going to estimate the property in very, like it's 99.8% accurate.
Cool.
And so that will save so much time on, the labor to do the estimating and going, back out to find out what they need. And it's a wonderful thing.
Technology is here to make our lives easier, just like what we're doing here. This podcast is a perfect catalyst to get the message about your businesses out there and also to have fun and develop relationships. Just out of curiosity, if anyone out there was listening and you are looking to do business with who is somebody that you're looking to connect with on the Enviro color side that you could assist?
Any type of schools, country clubs, any kind of commercial business that's out there in Atlanta, let's say Hartsfield Airport, just for example. You had mentioned Sugarloaf. That's why I said golf. Country clubs.
Yes.
Yeah, golf. So, we do golf courses as well, so that would be fantastic.
I was at a wedding last weekend, and it was at a beautiful gardens here in Beaufort. But again, obviously the grass is not green. I'm almost certain that for aesthetics that they did something like what you're offering. So would like wedding venues or anybody that's looking to beautify pretty much, or any sports, affiliate,
sports arenas, all of the above.
Cool. And for you, Paul? You like to get in touch with realtors because those referrals are great.
Realtors and insurance companies.
And insurance companies.
Yeah, because if we can work together with them, then it just makes everything easier on the other side.
Makes sense.
And then homeowners, business owners, like if you own a strip mall and you're having leak problems, have us come out and look at it. Just anybody, really. Anybody that
has a roof.
Has a roof.
I like it.
It's like we don't discriminate. You know, I mean, if you live in a trailer, we don't discriminate on that. I keep turning my head and I don't like it, but sorry.
Oh, it's okay. We're good.
But I talked to some people the other day that had a trailer, and they said they talked to a couple other roofing companies. They wouldn't come do it because they lived in a trailer. Well,
still a roof.
It's still a roof. We don't discriminate against it.
I like that.
So
very nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for sharing your expertise. I've had a lot of fun with you, and I could talk about a variety of things all day. But Angie and I have a Mexican lunch date here.
Nice.
A Mexican lunch date. I don't know if we're going to go to El Rio or Los Rio.
Okay.
Or tacos and tequila.
Ooh.
I will tell you, I heard, and I'd love to get, as we're going to be launching a Spanish segment this month, I'm very excited. This is a sneak peek. Dennis Santiago is going to be the host, and it's going to be a Latin leadership show about Latin excellence. And the whole premise is to break the stigma, unfortunately, that the world has about Latin leaders. They own law firms, Hispanics, lead chambers of commerce. There's so many different varieties of leaders, but I digress. I'd like to have the owners of those 3 entities on sometime. But I was trying to go to lunch at Los Rios one time, where I'd been once before, and hopefully we can find that today.
Okay.
But I wound up at El Rio.
Los Rios is actually...
It's the one that's in the strip mall.
It's in the strip mall right next to...
But the other one, God bless it, Angie. I was the only person in there, and it was fantastic because I like to go to town on chips and salsa, and they left the pitcher of salsa on the table. I ate dang near the whole pitcher of salsa. Don't do that to me. However, I was the only human being in the establishment. So I'm unsure what the difference is, as they were once related and they split. Los Rio is always very full, and El Rio is very...
Told.
I had a Chihuahua cheese dip.
It might have been. It might have been Chihuahua.
Could have been both. I ate Chihuahua.
Was the salsa good?
The salsa was good.
Was it that brown, like the red?
No, it was
more
like
salsa.
The red.
Okay,
Yeah, yum.
because I like both, but that brown. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's got
it's the smoky,
like the black
chipotle.
bean, like the black bean one.
No, it's more like a smoky. It's fantastic. They have it at El Torrera Frontera.
Oh yeah, I like Frontera.
I've never been there.
Frontera. Yeah.
Where's that at?
Tons.
Very good.
Well, the one we're talking about probably is in Gwinnett, but there's one not too far away.
Right across from Gas South District.
You guys, do you have anything to share with our listeners before we say adios?
I have a quick Easter joke.
Do it.
What kind of jewelry does the Easter Bunny like to wear?
Extravagant jewelry? Those are
14 karat.
I like it. Extravagant. I think that was a good guess. All right.
That was a good guess.
Your turn, Paul. Leave us with something funny.
How can I follow that? I mean, she sets the bar so high
I know.
that I'm...
Which is
I'm
ironic
almost-
because
I'm
you can
almost-
reach the bar and she's setting it.
Right, exactly. It's.
I stumped him. He's going to come back with something. We're going to have to come back with a joke.
I was going to come back, but I can't think.
Well, I will say...
You got me. I mean, usually this doesn't happen to me.
You stumped him or thumped him?
I thumped him.
Something.
All right, you guys.
Have a hoppity day.
Have a hop, hip, hip, hoppity. And as Angie mentioned, it is going to be Easter here in a couple of days. So tomorrow is Good Friday. If you guys are listening live, today is the 14th. The show is available on all your major podcasting applications. Where do you listen to your podcast, Angie?
Business Radio X.
Yes, good answer. And yourself, Paul?
That would be Business Radio X.
I listen on iTunes or Spotify, and I subscribe on all the major platforms. But the shows are available on businessradiox.com 24/7. Select the Forsyth Studio, and you can enjoy all of our laughs at any time. Please stay connected with us on social media at Forsyth Business Radio X. And I am your host, Amanda Pierch. Connect with me on LinkedIn. That is Amanda Pearch. And if you'd like to connect with Angie Russell on LinkedIn, please do the same. And Paul Smith/Davis. That's an inside joke, but this was Paul Davis again. And we'd all love to connect with you on LinkedIn. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. For my guests, I have been your host, Amanda Pierch, and this has been Forsyth Business Radio.